Wow, these colors are amazing. Bring pretty much all your toys on this trip. This is a 15-foot garage. So welcome back to the channel, guys. Today I am inside of a 2021 Grand Design Momentum. This is going to be a toy hauler. 381M is the model number. And I want to show you around it really quickly. I was just here at Beckley's getting some service on my RV, so I figured I can just do a quick video. So let's get into it. We are going to start inside just because my wife's not here today and she normally does the inside, but hopefully soon hereafter she'll start doing videos with me again. But all in all, this is not my favorite toy hauler like layout, and the reason why is because my family, we still sit down together and eat at our dining table, and in this RV your dining table would pretty much have to be in the garage, and I'm just not a fan of this being my dining area for my family. So for me, I probably would skip this couch if it is an option and just get a dinette and a smaller couch personally. So that's probably the only thing I don't like about this floor plan. But all in all, the colors and just the fit and finish in here is just amazing. I mean, you have these tall cabinets up here, and they have like that glass on the front, really high quality, handles for an RV, and it just provides a lot of storage as well. And another thing is you have tons of countertop space too. I mean, you have countertop space on this side. There's a small area here on the side of the stove, and then you have a decent sized kitchen island as well. And as if it wasn't enough countertop space, they do give you this little lip that pops up too. Not a big fan of this. This piece is actually pretty heavy, so you probably don't want your kids dealing with this. All you have to do is just pull it towards you and then it'll collapse. But if you have your kids do this, they could hurt themselves or they could let it slam down. But while we're down here, check out the overall design of your kitchen island too. I love this. It's like a kind of like a grayish color, and it goes really well with the floors too. I mean, everything works together well. I like the dark wood accents. Even the wall colors are pretty decent in here too. And then your backsplash on this countertop space. Now this is a residential style stove, and you have pretty much what you would see in a house too. I mean, really big cooktop here. And stove is actually a bigger size than what you see in other RVs. I mean, it's not house size, but it's enough to cook a turkey in here. And you do have some storage alongside of here for some of your cooking utensils, maybe for your spices. I like where that's positioned at. And they do give you a residential size microwave too. Now on your island, let's check out under the sink. So I have my trash can under my sink as well. I like this position of this just because if it smells, it's kind of out of your way. And they do give you like some countertop inside of here, and then some storage below it. It's a nice touch to it. And you have this huge refrigerator. Check that out. And here's what it looks like opened. This is probably about what you see in a house. You can go to Costco in this bad boy. And right on the side of your refrigerator, they do give you a pantry. Now, a lot of people probably would say this isn't deep enough, it's not a lot of storage. But one thing I'll tell you, now that we live in an RV full time, you want useful storage. Like my storage is really deep, but when you go to grab something, it's just, I like this a lot better. And it's really tall too, so a lot of stuff is kind of hard to get to. And this is an additional storage for maybe something you don't use as often. It's really tall in this area. And then again, you have more storage above your television. It's a large television, and you do have a fireplace just below. And then here's just an area for like your radio, and then for some additional storage. Now let's talk about this couch. Like, I'm pretty much 6 foot. I can lay down long ways. Here, I'm gonna lay down for you right now just to give you perspective. So I am pretty much like extremely comfortable in this RV. Like, I have more space. Like, me and my wife could probably lay out here just opposite sides basically and be pretty comfortable. And they are powered, heated, and they provide a USB on the side too. Isn't that cool? I don't think I've seen that yet. And the moment you've probably been waiting for, just before you go into your garage, you do have an area up here as like a bunk or a loft. And as I mentioned earlier in the video, this is a 15-foot garage. Like, this is huge. And they give you tie downs out back and all the way up back too. Look at that. You have tie downs all the way out back, as I said. And then you have some in the center here, all the way to the front. They do give you your washer and dryer connections out here. And you have a half bath. Decent size. One recommendation I have, this is just from experience from other people, what they've told me. They normally use like these rear bathrooms for like peeing, and they normally let everyone go number 2 up there. That way when you're going to dump this, you don't have to black tank flush it so much. Just a recommendation. And then you have some controls here, like for your awnings, things like that. And this does have a back patio built onto the ramp doors, and you have your happy jack and a bed above here, and it is already prepped for a AC unit. Or not prepped, it's actually installed already. Storage up top, you do have a television, and they do give you some speakers out back. Wow, this looks so good. One thing to mention as well is you do have an entry for this area. And if you do have this out as a patio, you can exit this way too. And of course you have your door here. I'm going to go ahead and close this door behind me so you can see it. Now, one thing you have to take note of is your slide. So if this slide was in and this slide was in, you could still enter into the kitchen this way. However, you could not enter your refrigerator on the bottom. So you might want to put, you know, some waters, things up top here if you'd like. Check out your sink. I can't open this, unfortunately, just because it's already taped down, but it's really nice design, and it just provides more countertop space. And I forgot to show this to you a little earlier. You do have a little station here for some power, USBs. It's really nice. I like that manufacturers are doing this. And as you walk up the steps, they do have a central vacuum cleaner, and your panel to control your rig is right here. Now, this does already have the generator outside, and I'll show that to you in a second, but I like how this looks so much better than those big panels. I mean, this is just so much cleaner. And off to the left, when you walk up the steps, is your bathroom, and this is actually a decent size. Porcelain toilet, deep storage. I like this. Good for towels, and it actually goes pretty far back. And check out your seat for your shower. Now, the only reason why I don't care for this is if you don't get a tankless water heater, like, you're not going to really enjoy your shower because the water's going to get cold pretty quickly. But look at all the different spray functions this has. Storage too. And one thing you gotta admire is the countertop space. They do give you a cheap plastic sink. I'm not sure why they would do that in such an expensive rig, but hey, they did it. Storage there, storage below the sink. And they do give you a pocket door as well. I love that. Something that my wife and I wish we had, because having a door open in the hallway just gets in the way. And up front, for the bedroom door, they have that same design as you just saw in the cabinets. And I love the way the bed is faced, guys. This is the best option, because if you are traveling and you stop maybe at a rest area just to sleep for a little bit, you don't have to push out any slides, so you don't have to worry about someone coming by and damaging your slide out, right? And you have big nightstands on each side. They do provide power and USB ports, and the USB ports do come in handy if you're charging your phones. That way you don't have to use a plug for that. You can just plug something else there. And plenty of storage in here. And you also have open storage over on this area. Probably put your television inside of here, or actually you'd put your television right here. Although this is not a good area for television. It seems like manufacturers are starting to get away from televisions. Large window. I do have lights in here too. These are like dimmed down too, so you can control these lights. You do have storage under the bed. And because this is the front of the RV, you have to be careful with your pin weight because you can put some heavy stuff under here. So just keep that in mind. And this is like a table for your dining room for like the garage area. And yeah, you have a large closet. You can put shoes down below, hang pretty much everything you need inside of here. And this is on a slide, so just keep that in mind. But you can pretty much open the top. But if you need to get your underwear out on your trip, if you don't want to pull the slide out, you might want to pull those out beforehand, because these drawers are not going to open unless you push this slide out. And one last thing I want to show you are the little windows on the side of the bed. I like that. Really nice touch. They do open as well. So if you are out west, you can get a nice breeze coming in. And check out your blind. They do give you something to pull them down. And they are just room darkening, so they don't give you any additional blinds in here. They've had this cab design for a while now. You do have just a standard pin box up top here. Nothing special. And there's your Onan 5500 through Cummins. And this is going to have hydraulic jack. They do only give you one battery box down below. I'm starting to see more bigger RVs give you two. So I would like to see them kind of step up and do the same thing. But you still have a little bit of storage on this side. And you can store some flat things up here. Like maybe some like sewer hoses, things like that. And they give you some high quality hardware too on the outside. This is going to last a long time. Looks like they give you a little LED light right here. And there's that small window that you saw inside of the master bedroom. And check out this side. Here's going to be your propane. This is going to be a 30-pound tank. You have one on this side and on the other side. And you have storage on the side too. Look how thick the storage is. It's probably about 1.25 inches. You don't have a lot of storage down below, but obviously you have a big garage so you can store things back there. You have your central vac, and here's some of the hoses for that as well. And I like that they have a solid floor surface. Something that Grand Design's notorious for is giving you spray ports. And you can thank them for this because I like having them close to your steps. They do give you power. And these steps are not that wide, so you have to be careful going in and out. Like they're like a little bit less than the door opening here. And this is going to be a rack and pinion slide. And this does have 6-point auto leveling. Something that's pretty cool is they do give you some Rocker Fosgate speakers outside, and they already include a television. So when you pay this big money for these toy haulers, they do set you up nicely. Now these are walkable slides as well. They're pretty solid. And just check out how big these windows are. You have 2 awnings. And you may have one out back as well. I do like these aluminum steps. I like these better than the step aboves if they're that narrow. Like look how wide these are. And then look how wide these are. I mean, it's totally different. I strongly recommend, if it's available, I wish they would give you this to you as an option for the front ones, but these are a little bit more wider. And while we're back here, check out your tires. These are the Mac Daddy of tires. These are going to be Coopers, and this is going to be a 17.5-inch wheel, and you have a 215 75 17.5 tire. These are going to be 16 ply, load range H, and they do give you that motorized suspension Cree 3000. This is a big RV, and you're going to see the weights here in a second. So you want the best of the best tires. Now these things ain't cheap, so just keep that in mind if it comes time to replace them. Now check out your back door for the garage. And while we're back here, check out this BMW hitch too. I like that. It's really nice. But all in all, I mean, this is a pretty tall door. They do give you some LEDs below that awning. And they do provide a ladder on this side, and check out how then your tail lights are, and they give you backup lights. Camera prep is above there, and I'm assuming this is going to be your fuel station. Sometimes they lock this at the dealership, and it is locked, so you can't get in there. You do have an area back here for your black tank to dump it. And then here's a better look at those stylish wheels. Tri-axles. And then here's the other area for you to dump. And this is a black tank flush. This is the back of your refrigerator. And that's the vent for the microwave is. You have a large water heater. And this is going to be 12 gallons. And then this is the back of your Suburban furnace. So this is going to be the other side of your basement area. You have your valves inside, and you have some water connections as well with the schematics of how to use it. I say this in every video, so I'm going to say it again. I prefer to have these below the valves, because when you run the hoses, actually this is a little bit better, but this hose is probably going to cross this way because of the position of this. And it's kind of hard to pull these when you're going to dump. But if you do own this RV, let me know, or maybe even send me a picture through my email so I could kind of see your water setup. I would like to see how it looks. You do have your low point drains right here. They do it the best. I think Grand Design and Keystone, Montana, they have them conveniently inside of here, so it's really easy to do that. And this is your exhaust for your generator. And I don't know if I show this to you, but your 50 amp connection is right here too. You had one slide on the opposite end, and on this side you have two. So this is a rack and pinion slide, and then this is a Schwintek slide for your wardrobe area inside. And let's take a look at the numbers really quickly. Gross vehicle weight of 20,000 pounds. The unloaded vehicle weight is going to be 15,252 pounds. So you're going to need a dually for this bad boy. This is a big rig. I strongly recommend a dually for this. Actually, that's probably all you can really use with this, because this has like a 2,800 pound dry hitch weight as well. And then all in cargo capacity is going to be 4,688 pounds. So if you add this plus the unloaded vehicle weight, it'll give you the 20,000 pound GVWR. You have three 7,000 pound axles, and they conveniently show your tire and wheel setup here. But hey guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope it was helpful. Be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys soon.